starters out this week, including Anderson Porsche at quarterback, so we're going to have the sophomore Cole Culver move in.
Yep, I mean, he kind of knows the playbook. I think he's comfortable enough back there, so just find ways to help them have answers back there, and the guys will still believe in him, and we'll still be able to move the ball and move forward with him coming in just because we have access to the whole playbook, so we should be all right with him stepping in and backing up Andy. Yeah, I kind of knew going into that week, it's been a grind the first 4 games, and then going into that one, I kind of knew, our bodies were getting a little sore and things were getting a little weaker, but just super proud of our guys on coming out and fighting, and we'll just have to overcome the next challenge we have, which is, trying to find a way to fit next guys in, and 3 guys are out and 3 of our starters, and just continue to grow on forward.
I mentioned Charlie Martin, too, has just had a great season. He's sitting out this week as well. We saw that in the second half last week. He took the pads off at halftime, and it really was kind of a domino effect on the whole line. Started the second half with basically 2 guys in the same spot.
Yeah, I mean, we moved a lot of guys around that game. With Charlie coming out just to try to piece it together, and, that's the good thing about our O-line and all of them running the offense and the same stuff and understanding what we're doing for their second year now, to be able to kind of move them around and not lose sight of what their job is, no matter if they're playing guard, tackle, or center. So, good job by them guys to be able to step in wherever they need to be and kind of move around. And so hopefully this week we can kind of straighten that out and find the right guys to put in the right spots and not have to move people around so much.
Now we go into Douglas tonight. Douglas, a new coach, they're winless on the season, a young team, and they're eager, they're improving. They've shown some signs of growth here since the opening game of the season. And we're here on Tigers. We don't take anybody lightly.
Yep, no, we just got to look at it new week, new challenge, and just come in and continue to do the things that we need to do to be successful and have success. Our guys got to work on their keys and read their keys and do the things on offense that we're asking them to do, and be coachable and just go out there ready to play like it's any other week.
Coach Johnson, I talked to him, he said, much of it are just trying to establish the run a little more, feel like you make less mistakes doing that. So you just got to be on your toes for everything. A team like this, with their homecoming, they're expecting a big crowd, they're liable to do anything.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of like that every game, a lot of teams coming in, we've been in our fair share of homecomings this year, so here we go again and see if we can keep that drive alive. They're definitely a younger looking team, but, they got some guys that can go out there and make plays, and we're going to have to stay sound to our assignments to be able to have success.
And to wrap it up with this team comes in 4-1, ranked number 2. I think we're still on top of the seedings, but I have not looked at that yet. Bottom line is these guys have been up to every challenge that's been presented to them this year. Now a new challenge here with a young team, but yet, some guys out. And like you said, next guy up, and every coach says that.
Yep, and I mean, our guys have done a great job this year of just coming through every situation, having a close game against Pierre, coming away with a pick 6 for the win, going to T and shutting out a great team like that. Moving on to Sturgis and getting down early and finding a way to claw back and fight back and then take over the game. And then Spearfish was just a battle both ways all through the game and just being able to overcome that. Now here's our next challenge of having 3 starters out and having to piece guys in, and hopefully we can just continue to work on those. And this group of guys that we have been fantastic of just holding each other accountable, keeping each other, and even if they're not the starter, they know what to do. So hopefully these guys can come in with that same mentality tonight.
Coach Randall, Coach, you're on Tiger football, lineups, and flip kickoff, all coming up on Dakota Sports on Tiger.
Jeremy and Marlene and the entire crew of the scoreboard are ready to come in for lunch or dinner. Stopping at the scoreboard located at 56th Bridge Street Southeast in Huron. Featuring a full menu, check out the website at scoreboardhuron.com. Whether it's college football or the NFL, you can watch all the exciting action on one of their many big screen TVs. Scoreboard also has a sideline drinking game for your next event. Call 252-7582. At the time to go friends at the Scoreboard Bar and Grill. Now, go for them Tigers.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just on the sideline of the game. Make it sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what you do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Take scams continue to rise, and victims who have lost money to these scams continues to increase. Consumers cannot rely on a text message to be truthful. If you receive a message regarding a fine for missing jury duty or utilities being shut off for non-payment, toll road fines, or you won a sweepstakes, these are scams designed with urgency, and you need to send money now. Do not respond to these texts. And you should contact Consumer Protection at 800-300-1986. That's 800-300-1986 for the South Dakota Office of Attorney General's Consumer Protection Division.
We're back today with play-by-play. What's new in Huron Tigers?
Jason Jurgens, number 5, wide receiver, safety. Brandon Hall, number 9, running back and linebacker. Tyler Winiger, number 18, receiver and corner. Jose Anderson, number 20, linebacker and running back. Johnny Hayes, number 26, receiver and corner. Charlie Martin, 52, D-end and center. Noah Sayers, 55, D-end. Rayshawn Wood, number 64, D-end. Tyler Lizia, number 75, D-end and right tackle.
He's two-time South Dakota Sportscaster of the Year. And the voice of the Huron Tigers, Greg Duffy.
And we're back here on Douglas getting set for Huron Tiger football. Huron and the Douglas Patriots just getting some last-minute lineup changes here as well. Both teams have shuffled their lineups here coming into this game due to injuries, and I believe they're going to do the lineups before they do the national anthem, so we can talk about that. First off, though, we can do a scoreboard update from Seven Suns Heating and Air in Huron. The eye-opener so far tonight is in Sioux Falls. Early in the third quarter, Pierre leads O'Gorman 23-13. Late in the first half, T-Area leads Brookings 13-0. In 11 AAA, Brandon Valley and Lincoln, the top two teams in AAA, midway through the first quarter are tied at 7. And at halftime, Washington leads Rapid City Central 7-6. So we do have some early scores on your Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update. And we are getting an early start here, at least by local time. We're coming up on 6 o'clock Mountain Time. If my watch says 5:49. So a 6 o'clock kickoff here, and it is Douglas homecoming again. Very warm. You don't expect to be dealing with this on October 3rd. Now, if you're watching on the live stream, I hope everything goes well. I got a couple of concerns tonight. They have taken the film that you always used to be on the windows here in the press box at Douglas. It was kind of looking through beer goggles. They've taken that off, but they still don't have removable windows. The windows are permanent, so I have to shoot through the glass. So hopefully there's not much for glare on that. And as I mentioned when we came on the air, 91 degrees. I'm a little concerned about my piece of equipment overheating here too, but hopefully we don't have to deal with that. And as the sun starts to set, it'll get a little cooler, but it's very warm here and also very breezy. I did look at setting up outside to get a little better picture with the iPad, but the wind is so strong and coming right into the press box that my tripod couldn't handle the wind. It was going to keep tipping over. So that's that. Let's give you the lineups here. First off, for the Douglas Patriots, George Johnson, their head coach. His first year as head coach was offensive coordinator for the Patriots a year ago. They start with 4 wide receivers: Hunter Frericks, Josh Smith, Owen Moninger, and Alex Richters. Their running back, Peyton Sandel, I remember him from last year. Quarterback is Connor Wright. Along the line, the tackles are Siler Merrill, Ethan Hastings. The guards, Carson Hicks, Jesse James. The center is Lucas Johnson. Carson Hicks, interesting. He's wearing number 54. He normally wears number 44 and plays fullback, but due to the injuries, he basically volunteered to move into the line to help out the team. So they said for at least this week, Carson will be wearing number 54 instead of number 44. Here's the way the Huron Tigers will start. Again, there's changes in the lineup due to injuries. Along the line, Bryson North gets his first start at center. The guards are Jackson Greenfield and Corden Caudell, and the tackles are Reagan Dirksen and Nolan Staley. Cooper Bischoff gets the start at tight end. The wide receivers are Mason Jurgens, James Schultz Jr., and Riley Winiger. The running back, Landon Holst, and the quarterback is Colt Culver, getting his first career start as well. He's been starting all season for the JV, so the sophomore gets the call here tonight. Officials for our game are backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office, Consumer Affairs Division. Calling our game tonight, Philip Meyer, Adam Ness, Randy Schmidt, Jeremy Henwood, and Justo Tobar. They are the law on the field, and they're backed by the South Dakota Attorney General Office, Consumer Affairs Division. Again, they've done work here at Douglas since the last time we were here. They now have a turf field. It is their second year with the turf field. Gorgeous with green, the white numbers, and then both end zones are red with Douglas to the left and Patriots to the right. So they did it up well there. They still plan some more upgrades here. And said hopefully their next mission is to put in sliding windows here, and that will be welcome as well. Although I guess if I did have sliding windows, that wind would be blowing straight into my face. So the Patriots, they come in at 0-5, Huron at 4-1, and Huron riding that 4-game winning streak. Patriots last week traveled over to Watertown, where they lost Watertown's homecoming, and Huron won their homecoming by 2 points over Spearfish, and that's another note, too, for the Huron Tigers. This is their 4th consecutive homecoming at Sturgis, then home against Spearfish, and now here at Douglas. So I think this will be it for homecomings for the year, at least after tonight here in Douglas. Still getting the introductions here. Another nice change for Douglas, although the last time we played here, they had these two. They have uniforms with legible numbers when we played here. I want to say it was 6 years ago, or maybe even 8. It was Coach Michael Schmitz's first game as head coach. First off, we were looking through the windows that had the screens on them, and then they were wearing blue uniforms with red numbers. It was hard to see the numbers, but they are all in navy blue with white numbers and letters and some red and white trim for the Patriots as well. Huron's in the all white pants, white jerseys, and orange numbers, a little orange and black trim on the uniform. So it'll be interesting to see how Huron comes out with this one with the new look on offense. Of course, you still have the veterans back there, but Cole Culver, again, he's been a quarterback all the way through the system, was the quarterback of the freshman team last year and has been quarterbacking the JV this year, and he has taken a few snaps at the end of a couple of varsity games as well. So, but this will be his first full-fledged start for the sophomore. Still waiting to get them through the lineups here. I see they have a color guard, so that means the anthem will take a little extra time as well, but we'll be getting this game kicked off very shortly. Very warm wherever you are across South Dakota. It will be something to be aware of here tonight, especially in the second half. That seems like when the cramp monster starts to come out and starts having an effect on the players. So we'll see how that comes out here as well. Everybody needs to stay hydrated and be ready here for this very warm evening in Box Elder. And now, hey, we're down to 90 degrees according to my watch, so it is cooling down a click. So those are the lineups, the coaches, the officials. So we're just a few minutes away from kickoff here for the Huron Tigers and the Douglas Patriots. The anthem is coming up, presentation of the colors as well, and then we'll be ready for the flip and the kickoff as the Huron Tigers visit the Douglas Patriots here in Box Elder, South Dakota, right on the east side of Rapid City. Don't call them Rapid City, Douglas. They're Douglas High of Ellsworth Air Force Base. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes, return here to Box Elder, 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Fast, easy, no pressure oil changes, free family fuel. No equipment needed. So you have an 1159 Court Avenue line, with Adam McCall, 352-55. Adams Quickly also has tire repair, batteries, and filters. Open alone and open at 4 a.m. every day except Sundays. Trust your family vehicle with Adams Quickly. 1159 Court Avenue North, Adams Quickly is a proud sponsor of Irish Sports. Talk about this pizza of Huron offers dine-in, carry-out, or fast delivery. Every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, you're going to call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from the delicious menu? Then dine in and try the famous Scott Robbins Cafe. slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. With local oils, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. They're located on 195 25th Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
The Huron Eye Clinic is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant teeth screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, the local mortgage loan officer at American Banking Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, everything, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm going to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Banking Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
And we're back here in Box Elder as the color guard coming off the field will get the flip, and then we will be ready for kickoff here tonight for this football game here on Tigers and the Douglas Patriots. Again, the wind will be a factor during this game as well, so that'll be interesting to see who takes the wind here to start the game, and or who wins the flip, decides do they want the wind or do they want the ball. And as far as I can tell, and I think we might be at a bit of an angle, but I think the field basically runs east and west, and the wind pretty much coming out of the west to southwest. So going to my right, that's where we could see the issues potentially with the wind. Another note too, and then I did not bring this up before, with the lineup, Ty Kleinsasser will take over all kicking duties for the Huron Tigers tonight, with again Anderson Porish out with the injury. So getting set, we'll get the flip here, and pretty quickly we'll be ready to go with this ball game here tonight. For Huron, the final home game of the regular season is next week, hosting Aberdeen. As a reminder, it is a half-hour later kickoff time, 7:30 start. The Huron Tiger volleyball team is hosting Stevens at the arena that night. They want to have the varsity going by 5 o'clock, but in order to give everybody maybe a little extra chance to come to football after volleyball, they're pushed back the kickoff of the football game by half an hour, so we'll be on the air 7 o'clock pregame, 7:30 with the kickoff for Huron hosting Aberdeen next Friday, and then 2 games on the road after that at Mitchell and at Brookings to wrap up the regular season. So just working on the flip here at this point and see who gets that, and we'll get this game underway very shortly. Again, Douglas wearing navy blue, all navy blue pants and jerseys with white numbers and white letters, a little bit of red trim on those Douglas jerseys. They have white helmets. Huron all in white tonight, white pants, white jerseys with orange numbers, little orange and black trim, and black helmets for the Huron Tigers. Really can't hear anything going on outside there. I couldn't hear. They had a choir sing the national anthem, and I couldn't hear anything off of that as well. They do have the side doors open with the heat. So, and one other note here too, with the Huron actually won the toss. They haven't won too many tosses, and Huron will take the ball and will have the wind as well. So interesting choice there by Douglas. If Huron won the toss, took the ball, and will have the wind to their back for the first quarter. So ready to go as Douglas will kick off to the Huron Tigers. Might see a few different things. As I said, Cole Culver will start at quarterback, but we might see a few other tweaks to the offensive formations as well, with the absence of Anderson Porish tonight. It is hoped that all 3 of those players, the 2 Porishes and Charlie Martin, will be able to come back for next Friday night's game against Aberdeen, but that remains to be seen. I have a water bottle, and it pretty much as warm as bath water, in case you were wondering about that as well. 1 minute after 7 o'clock, this is KIJV AM/FM in Huron. And Huron gets set to receive the kick, and it'll be Mason Juergens and Landon Hulse back deep for the Tigers, and on to kick the ball away for Douglas is Brody Slankoskis. I've been practicing that, but still not sure I actually had it correct. So again, it'll be Douglas pretty much kicking into the wind, but still with that, Hulst and Juergens are back inside the 10-yard line, and we are ready to go with our football game, except the ball fell off the tee, and we'll come back and resituate again. One other thing, too, the Douglas players are looking directly into the setting sun as well. That could have an effect on them once they get the ball. And the kick, going to be a short one. Running up on it at the 19-yard line is Juergens up the left hash, and he's going to be caught up at about the 34-yard line. That's where the Huron Tigers will have the ball, 1st and 10. So bringing the offense out for the Huron Tigers is a sophomore, Colt Culver, wearing number 15. Huron will have the ball at their own 34-yard line. First and 10 Tigers, and they go with the pistol. Now Hulse comes to the side of Culver for the first snap of the game, trips to the right, and Culver looks the pass, got the bubble over there on the far side, little kick out, and right side on the move is Juergens all the way up past the 50 and into Douglas territory, 1st and 10 to the Douglas 49-yard line, gain of 17 on the play. And the Huron Tigers, a quick first down on the bubble there to Juergens, just an easy pass. Nice idea to get Culver untracked on his first start. And we go 1st and 10 from the Douglas 49-yard line. Showing a blitz, and here's the pitch to Hulst. He's going to come around the left corner, has some room, 45-40, cuts in, finally knocked out of bounds at about the 34. Another big gain on the play, good blocking there. I saw Bryson North leading the way, getting his first start as well. Riley Winiger got a block in as well, all the way down to the 33-yard line. Gain of 16 for Landon Hulst. And here on a 1st and 10 at the Douglas 33-yard line. So 2 plays, and quickly Huron into Douglas territory. Stay in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the 33. Culver will stand it straight up the middle for Hulse this time. He'll get spun down at about the 29-yard line on the tackle. Peyton Sandel for the Patriots. It'll be 2nd down and 6 for Huron from the Douglas 29-yard line. The Tigers an early drive here. We played just over a minute and a half, and Tigers on the opening kickoff have it down to the Douglas 29-yard line with a 2nd and 6. 2 receivers left, 1 right, a wing to the right for Culver. Here comes motion, and they'll flip it to the motion man. That's Juergens. Turn the corner. He's got some room to the 25, to the 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown! Huron just did the inside flip, and the Huron Tigers on the board, 6-0 on the run by Mason Juergens, 29 yards. And just took the Huron Tigers 4 plays to get into the end zone. And Huron up 6-0, and Ty Kleinsasser is on to kick the extra point for Huron. Now White Hats delaying play a bit. 9:58, just over 2 minutes on the drive for Huron. The kick is up by Kleinsasser, off the upright, no good. 6-0 Huron. Huron will kick off to Douglas after this 30-second timeout on Dakota Sports.
To be part of the Huron community and its Huron area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find and South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJZ.
Just over 2 minutes here on in the end zone and lead 6-0 after a missed extra point. Now Douglas will get their hands on the ball for the first time. We expect back deep to receive the kicks, Josh Smith and Cale Allen. And I do see Smith and I do see Allen back deep to receive for Douglas. Again, don't call him Rapid City Douglas. Again, it got cut off when I was telling you a story. Last I was told, the official name of the school is Douglas High of Ellsworth Air Force Base, and it's located in Box Elder, not in Rapid City. Now, Ty Kleinsasser will kick off for the Tigers. And high end over end, going to bounce at the 15 and picked up by Allen. He's coming up the middle of the field and going to be brought down by a couple of white jerseys. In on the play was Josh Gilbert along with Gunnar Harris. And the Huron Tigers the Douglas Patriots will have 1st and 10 with the ball at the 21-yard line. Douglas has a senior quarterback in Connor Wright. He's a tall guy too at 6'4". And they come out with the pistol on 1st and 10 with Sandel right behind. And Sandel will take the handoff up the middle, straight ahead, a couple of yards. Then he's pulled back there in the middle by, I believe that was Ben Cardona getting the start tonight, and he gets the tackle. Gain of 2 for Sandel, 2nd and 8 for the Patriots. And they are going into the wind here in the first quarter as well, as we're just underway here. In Box Elder, trips right, 1 receiver left, stay in the pistol on 2nd down and 8. And again, Sandel straight up, and he's caught in the backfield and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage at best. Rayshawn Whiff was there on the stop for Huron. Got some help from Cardona again. He's going to lose a yard on the play, and it's 3rd and 9. Douglas back at the 21-yard line. The Patriots don't want to have to punt into the wind here. See if Connor Wright puts the ball in the air for the first time. He has trips left, 1 receiver right. Still in the pistol here on 3rd and long. Comes a blitz from the left, doing the bubble, and it comes out of the hands of the receiver off there. And they're trying to do the same bubble that Huron did, but it went through the hands of Josh Smith. Incomplete. And the Patriots will go 3 and out and bring the punt unit in. Caden Reitz is punting for the Patriots. And now I see, looks like, is that Connor Wright is one of the, Connor Wright, the quarterback, is one of the upbacks here. And Huron kind of crowding the line here on this. They do come after it, and a shank, and it's going to take a bit of a Douglas roll. And Huron will get the ball in Douglas territory. Was there a flag on the play? No, there was not. I didn't think there was. So Huron with great field position, 1st and 10. They'll have the ball at the Douglas 48-yard line with 8:23 to go in the first quarter. Huron took 4 plays to get into the end zone on their first possession. Now they come with 2 receivers left, 1 right. And Culver in the pistol. Culver hand off straight ahead. There goes Hulse, breaks a tackle down to about the 42-yard line. He's going to get 6 on the play. Just pretty much straight up the middle. Gain of 6, 2nd and 4 for Huron. Culver will bring the team to the line. We're just over 4 minutes into the game. Huron with their second possession. Leading 6-0, trying to strike again. Slot right, one receiver left. Pistol on 2nd down and 4. Might have Kleinsasser in the backfield. I can't tell for sure. Here comes the option. Pitch back. No, that's Oakley Anderson on the run. Turns the corner. 40. Then tripped up at about the 37. So Oakley Anderson gets the carry. And that's enough for the first down up to the 37-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play. Third to first down here in the first quarter for the Huron Tigers. 1st and 10 from the Douglas 37-yard line. It's like Holst is back in at tailback here. And they're in the pistol at 1st and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the pitch, and nice one-handed catch by Holst. Strung down. He'll put the head down, get what he can inside the 35, maybe close to the 33. Strung out well by the Douglas defense that time. He'll get 4 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 6. You're bringing in some different guys. I see Josh Gilbert in on offense as well. It is very hot. You want to give some guys a blow when you can. 2nd and 6 from the 33-yard line of Douglas for the Huron Tigers. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Shotgun Culver. Here's motion. That's Gilbert. An inside handoff to Holst. Breaks into the secondary. Past the 25. Drags a tackler forward inside the 20. That'll be a first down for the Huron Tigers. Gain of 14 on the play for Landon Holst. 4th first down of the first quarter for Huron. And Tigers have it 1st and 10 at the Douglas 19-yard line. Just inside of 6 minutes, halfway through the first quarter. Huron up 6-0. Looking to add on here. It's like Oakley Anderson is in the backfield here on this first down play from the 19-yard line. Culver will roll to the right. He's looking to pass. Going to throw short. Man wide open at the 5. Juergens gets a block. Touchdown, but they're going to call a flag. That's going to be a block in the back on Bischoff, I believe. He was out there trying to get the last block for Juergens, and the flag comes out, and that will wipe off the touchdown. I wonder if they're going to throw it or not. Looks like the official has a pink flag, too. So the officials, we'll talk about this one. The flag thrown at about the 2 or 3 yard line, and this touchdown will be wiped off the board. I actually call offensive pass interference on Huron. So they will mark it off from the spot of the foul. So I'm calling it a 17-yard completion, and then they will mark off 10 yards on Huron. And it's still going to be first down and 1st and about 3 back at the 12-yard line. So Huron does gain yardage out of it. 1st and 3 from the 12-yard line. Empty backfield, and Juergens taking the snap, gives the flip up to Hulse, turns the corner. He's got a wide open lane for the touchdown. Had Juergens take the snap, and then Hulse just turned around the corner, 12 yards, touchdown, and Huron goes up 6-12. Or 12-0. Got ahead of myself there. Score comes with 5:16 to go here in the first quarter. And Huron running 3 minutes and 7 seconds off the clock on that possession. Kleinsasser will attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Kleinsasser with the extra point. Huron extends the lead to 13-0. 5:16 to go in the first quarter. Timeout, 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Provider of innovative solutions in plant protection. Protection, Plant Nutrition, and Field Technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder. Huron Tigers off to a quick 13-0 lead with 5:16 to go here in the first quarter. And Kleinsasser will be kicking off to Douglas, and we might have a water timeout here as the two teams are returning to their sidelines. So timeout on the field, 5:16 to go first quarter, 13-0 Huron. Timeout 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Review with Lane Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Lane Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for a personalized apparel such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, mittens, jackets, beauty sports, and course. Outside, mobile, graphic set props. Beauty sports, of course. Proud sponsor of the Tigers, beauty sports, downtown Huron. With over 130 stores in 12 states, Food Lane is the $9 convenience and best values from the nation's top furniture brands. Lumber Lane is America's #1 dealer for made-to-order furniture. Lumber Lane is also the Midwest's largest retailer for seaweed, Siddons, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Lumber Lane in Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of local leaders in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, Lumber Lane is truly local service. Turn to 49 Furniture of Huron.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
And the kickoff, Josh Smith fields it at about the 3, goes through some traffic, is up to about the 25, still keeping his legs moving, finally gets it up to about the 30-yard line. Special teams tackle for the Huron Tigers by Parker Bischoff. And the Patriots will have the ball first and 10. Oh, actually spot him back at the 27. I thought he got close to the 30. That's where he stopped running. So Douglas first and 10 from their own 27-yard line. I believe that was a water break, and, well, the kids definitely should be getting one of those every quarter with as hot as it is. 5:05 to go first quarter. Now, when I came on the air, my watch said 91 degrees. It has dropped to 87. First and 10 for the Patriots as Connor Wright has Sandel behind him in the pistol. And he's going to throw that bubble to the far side and snuffed out by Huron. Going to be a loss on the play as Riley Winiger was right there to make the tackle, and Cooper Bischoff to make sure nothing else happened. There's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. The catch was made by Josh Smith, but he loses a yard. It'll be 2nd and 11 for Douglas at their own 26-yard line. Trips left, one receiver right for the Patriots. They're in the pistol on 2nd down and 11. Huron coming on a blitz, going to throw, and the pass is complete, and that's going to be a first down for Douglas. Hard running after the catch by number 4, Hunter Frericks. A little too much cushion there by Huron, and Frericks makes the catch, and Douglas has the first down up to the 38-yard line. That's a gain of 12 yards. Jeremy Hofer on the stop for Huron. So Douglas first and 10 at their own 38-yard line. We're inside 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. Huron up 13-0. Two receivers right, two left, and the pistol for the Patriots on first and 10. And here's the little bubble again on the near side, and not much there as James Schultz Jr., Ty Kleinsasser were able to come in on number 2, Owen Moninger. And that's going to be a loss of a yard on the play and make it 2nd down and 11. Almost 2nd and 10 there, are about back at the 38-yard line. Again, stay in the pistol here. 2 receivers right, 2 left, and right wants to throw in the middle, off the hands, a little behind the intended target, Joshua Smith. Riley Winiger had a shot at it as well. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 11 for Douglas back from their own 38-yard line. So Huron Tigers like to get the drive stopped here after 1 first down. Clock is stopped on the incomplete with 3:06 to go in the first quarter. Trips to the left, 1 receiver right. Stay in the pistol for Connor Wright on 3rd and long. Huron comes with a blitz up the middle. It's picked up, going to throw to the near sideline. Incomplete, overthrown as Schultz and Frericks were kind of hand fighting down there.
Hello?
Yeah, we got disconnected there, so get me on as soon as you can.
Yep.
Yep.
Count on. Huron Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Hofer and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org. Because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes, Regional Medical Center.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder, and had a punt there. We got disconnected, and I'm a little worried that's going to happen again. It's so warm up here in the press box. There was a punt and was down by Douglas at the 37, and then there was a flag that I believe came out after the play. And there's penalties on both teams, roughing the kicker and unsportsmanlike, and I think we're just going to kick again, so just like it didn't happen. So we'll just do the punt over as offsetting penalties, and we'll just try it again. So I know you could hear me on the stream. You could not hear me over the air for people who are messaging me while I'm working. 4th and 11 from the 38-yard line. And again, the Patriots will punt. Caden Reitz. High snap, and Reitz will punt, and it's blocked by his own guy. And out of bounds. Juergens rushed, and then he just stopped, and the guy blocking him was Connor Wright. And Connor Wright backed into the punter and ended up blocking his own kick, and the Huron Tigers are going to get the ball deep in Douglas territory. Well, that was something you don't see very often. So basically a blocked punt for the Patriots, or by the Tigers on the Patriots. Or what are we doing here? And yep, Huron's going to get the ball off the block punt, 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line of Douglas. So a block punt, an unusual one. It was kicked right. In fact, Mason Juergens was rushing, and he just stopped rushing, and Connor Wright was over to pick him up. And Connor Wright backed right into his own kicker, so they blocked their own punt. 1st and 10 Huron at the Douglas 13, and now we have a flag, and Pre-snap whistle. This will probably cost Huron 5. It does. Second penalty, 15 yards on Huron. And it'll be 1st and 15 back at the 18-yard line. 2:41 to go, first quarter. 13-0. Huron leading Douglas, and great field position off the block punt. Trips right. And the shotgun for Colt Culver on 1st and 15. Culver rolls to his right. He's looking to pass. Throws short. The pass complete to Juergens again inside the 10. Driven out at about the 8-yard line. Get about 7-8 yards on the play. It'll be 2nd and about 5 for Huron, maybe 6 at the 9-yard line. Got 9 yards on the play. 2nd and 6 for Huron from the Douglas 9-yard line. Oakley Anderson is in the backfield now as Colt Culver comes to talk to one of his linemen. Here comes motion, and here's the flip on the motion to Juergens. Turns the corner to the 5 and gets caught from behind. Going to be very close to the first down on the play. Nice tackle by Carter Buxell for the Douglas Patriots. And, he actually didn't get the first down. It's going to be 3rd and 1 at the 4-yard line for Huron. Juergens gets 5 yards on the carry. So 3rd and 1 from the 4-yard line for Huron. We're at a minute and a half to go, first quarter. Huron up 13-0. And looking to convert on basically a turnover by Douglas. In the shotgun, and Culver going to keep himself up the middle, and he'll get tackled, but he should have enough for the first down. Design play for the sophomore quarterback, and it'll be 1st and goal for Huron from about the 2-yard line. Culver with his first carry of the night. 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. As the Tigers threatening to put their 3rd score up of the first quarter. We're inside of a minute to go in the first. Oakley Anderson is the pistol back here on 1st and goal from the 2-yard line. They'll run the option. Culver gets caught in the backfield. He'll be dropped for a loss. That was played well defensively by Jackson Montalvo for Douglas. Culver's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 4. It'll be 2nd and goal from the 4 for the Tigers, and Huron does not need to run a play here if they don't want to, and it doesn't look like they're going to. So we get to the end of the first quarter. Huron 13, Douglas 0. Huron will have a 2nd and goal from the 4 when we come back to start the second on Dakota Sports.
1919 root beer is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. Their unique recipe and choice ingredients make 1919 root beer the creamiest, full-body draft root beer available. Pick up 1919 root beer, distributed by Elwine Brothers, at your favorite convenience store or grocery store in Huron. Elwine Brothers wishes the Huron Tigers the best of luck. Go Tigers! Northern Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. Northern Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle spin classes, and more. These fitness classes are led by the Northern Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Northern Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends. You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJV.
Welcome back to Box Elder. We start the second quarter. Huron Tigers will have 2nd and goal from the 4-yard line. Try and take advantage of the first turnover of the game, a block punt by, well, it wasn't by Huron, but Douglas did have a block punt. And Huron got great field position out of it. 2nd and goal from the 4. Oakley Anderson remains at the pistol back behind Colt Culver. On 2nd and goal from the 4, Douglas really crowding up on the line. Huron has 2 receivers right, 1 left, and the pistol. Here comes the stunt. Here's the pitch back to Anderson. Turns the corner, and he slipped trying to make his cut. He'll lose a couple of more yards. Tackle by Jack Coper on the edge, and Huron's lost yardage on their last 2 plays. This goes back to the 5, so a loss of 1. 3rd and goal from just outside the 5-yard line for Huron. Tigers come in with a new receiver as Chase Schuhart is on the field, probably the best or the tallest receiver Huron has available today. He split wide to the left, slot left, 1 receiver right, and 3rd and goal from the 5. Culver going to roll to the right, going to throw and threw it behind. Great catch for the touchdown. Trying to see who that is. Reached behind and got the touchdown for Huron. Pass was a little behind. And that is Cooper Bischoff with the score. Again, I just couldn't see the number from this vantage point. Bischoff with the touchdown. 5 yards, and Huron goes up 19-0, and Kleinsasser will kick the extra point into the wind. Great catch by Bischoff as he had to kind of stick a hand out behind him. Kick is up. Kick is good. Huron 20. Douglas 0. 11:14 to go in the first half. Timeout of 30 on Dakota Sports.
I'm Jay Davidson, Insurance Agency in Huron. We changed thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, played hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance can mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
3 minutes, 29 seconds on that possession was set up by the blocked punt. And Huron has 3 touchdowns by 3 different players. Mason Juergens, Landon Hulse, now Cooper Bischoff. First career touchdown pass for Colt Culver as well. Back to receive again for Douglas is Cale Allen and Josh Smith as Kleinsasser prepares to kick off for Huron. End over end kick and will be fielded at about the 12 by Smith coming up the left hash. Breaks 1 tackle, runs into Juergens and will be tackled there. Juergens along with Jimmy Martin on the stop for Huron. And that's where the Douglas Patriots will take over. 1st and 10. They have 1 first down here in the first half. They'll have it 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line. Early second quarter, Huron 20. Douglas 0. Douglas stays in that base. I think every snap has been the pistol with Sandel behind right. And here's the flip to Sandel trying to go wide right. And there's Oakley Anderson. Slips away from him, but finally gets smothered after a couple of yards up the field. On the tackle there for the Huron Tigers was one of the linemen, Lucas Chaparro, on the stop for Huron. Gain of 2, it'll be 2nd and 8. With the ball up just past the 28-yard line for Douglas. Pistol, 2 receivers left, 2 right, jumping, and here comes the pink flags out. Huron had a couple of guys take off there. Douglas moved too, but it looked like Huron moved first. The officials will come in to make sure everybody saw the same thing because there was a lot of movement both sides of the line, but it did look like Huron moved first. It is encroachment Huron. 3rd penalty, 20 yards on Huron. And that'll make it A 3rd and 3 for Douglas from the 33, or 2nd and 3 from the 33-yard line. Early in the second quarter, Huron up 3 scores, 20-0. Douglas trying to take advantage of the penalty. Stay in the pistol, right, long count, hands off to Sandel in the backfield, and he's going to be smothered. At best, he got back to the line of scrimmage. As in on the bottom of that play was Oakley Anderson. And he had plenty of help from other white jerseys. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd and 3, Douglas from the 33-yard line. Might even lost half a yard. 9:45 to go in the first half. Huron 20, Douglas 0. Douglas with 1 first down here in the first half. Stay in the pistol, 2 receivers left, 2 right. And going to throw short, kind of lob there. The pass complete, but Juergens right there, and they won't get the first down. The pass was complete to Brody Slankauskas. Juergens, though, met him right where he caught it. It's going to be 4th and 1 for Douglas at, oh, they give him the first down. Wow. That did not look like a first down from here. They do give him the first down, though. So a second first down of the game for Douglas. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes to go as the sun has set, getting dark here in Box Elder. Slots left and right, and they're going to try to run a reverse. Slankauskas, he's turning the corner, and he's got some room. Flag on the play. Came from way back, and this is probably going to be a blocking infraction. Slankauskas, he was all the way back to about the 25-yard line when he got that reverse pitch. He does get about 11 yards, but this may come back on an illegal block on the part of Douglas as Slankauskas was turning the corner. Officials are having their discussion. They move the marker back a couple of yards, holding on Douglas. That is the first penalty on Douglas and wipes out their best gain of the night. So 10 yards, and that will put Douglas back to the 30-yard line from the spot of the foul. So it's going to be 1st and 16 for Douglas at the 30-yard line. 8.5 minutes to go, first half. Huron 20, Douglas 0. In the pistol, receivers left and right on 1st and 10. Connor Wright wants to pass, straight drop, will swing it to the near side and knocked away. Nice play defensively by Bischoff as he slapped it away from Slankauskas. It'll be 2nd down and 16. Winiger was over there and Juergens as well. 2nd and 16 from the 30-yard line for the Douglas Patriots. Clock stops with 8:16 to go in the first half. Well, Douglas just stayed in the same formation, pistol with slots left and right. On 2nd and long, straight drop for a right. He'll throw short, and a little short hop there on Slankauskas. Bischoff almost undercut that thing. It'll be 3rd and long for Douglas from the 30-yard line. Wright goes to the sideline, gets his play. Douglas needs to come up with a big play here, or they'll be forced to punt. They do have the wind to their back now. Although the wind may be not quite where it was. The flags on the goalpost don't seem to be moving a whole lot. 3rd and 16, Douglas at their own 30-yard line. Stay in the pistol, handoff straight ahead, and 5 or 6 yards on the play, well short of the first down by Sandel. In on the stop for Huron again is number 76, Chaparro. He got about 3 yards on the play. It's going to be 4th and 13. And Douglas will punt. Huron has twin safeties back. I believe it's Schultz and Juergens. Here's the boot. Going to bounce at about the 45. Take a nice Douglas roll. Hulse just lets it go. And it'll roll all the way down to the 23-yard line. Probably need to come up and field that, as Douglas got about 20 yards on the roll. But Huron does get the ball back. 7:22 to go in the first half. Huron 20, Douglas 7. Huron will have by far their worst starting field position of the game at their own 24-yard line. So Huron just hasn't done anything fancy in offense. You got the sophomore quarterback, been doing the things that he can do well, and it's been working. Hulst will shift up beside Culver on the 1st and 10 from the 23. Culver looking to pass, throws deep, near sideline to Winiger, makes the catch at the 45, steps out of bounds at the 41. Great pass by Culver, put it right on target, and here on a big play on first down to Riley Winiger. It'll be 1st and 10 for Huron up to the 41-yard line of Douglas. That's a 38-yard pass completion, and Colt Culver is 5 for 5 passing here in the first half, and Huron has it 1st and 10 from the 41-yard line of Douglas. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Stay in the shotgun with Hulse standing right beside Culver on the 1st and 10 at the 41. Handoff inside to Hulse, follows Staley up the middle, and he'll get to about the 36-yard line. Gain of 5 on the play for Hulst. It'll be 2nd and 5 here on Tigers. Just being patient on the run there between the tackles. 2nd and 5 from the Douglas 36-yard line. Clock rolls inside of 7 minutes to go here in the first half. Will be a long halftime. It's Douglas homecoming. We're going to talk a little about the Huron Tiger Volleyball Breast Cancer Awareness Night coming up on October 14th at halftime. On 2nd down, Huron's going to take a timeout. Looks like somebody wasn't in the spot they were supposed to be in the formation, and Huron takes a timeout. Just under 6 minutes to go in the first half. Huron up 20-0, and driving again. We'll take a timeout of 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Experience Lion Family Restaurant in East Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Lion Finger can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2, and closed on Sunday. Lion Finger Restaurant in East Lounge is Crossroads in downtown Huron.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
2nd and 5 from the 36-yard line. Tigers use a timeout. Just didn't look like everybody was in the right spot for that formation. Now the officials are having a little powwow in the middle as well. You're on a 2nd and 5 at the Douglas 36-yard line. You're on 20, Douglas 0, 6:36 to go in the game. I thought it was under 6. But the Douglas clock does the same thing. The Huron clocks, there's a timeout. They take the game clock off. 2nd and 5, and a roll out for Culver on the play action. Looking, he'll throw on the sideline, complete to Schultz. Inside move, down to the 25, 24. That'll be a first down. Nice play action by Culver. He really sold it. Rolled out to the right, and a nice catch, and a couple extra yards on the catch by James Schultz Jr., and Huron has their 7th first down of the first half after a gain of 10 yards to the Douglas 26-yard line. So Huron just being very efficient on offense, and I have Culver now 6 for 6 passing. Oakley Anderson back in at the pistol back for Huron on 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line. That was actually a gain of 12 on the play. And now we have a whistle and delay a game on Huron. And that's where Colt can see the can see the play clock. They got a play clock just like Huron does, so you just have to speed things up if that happens. But Huron takes a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st and 15 back at the 29-yard line. In the pistol, 2 receivers right, 1 left. And bobbled snap, handoff up the middle. Anderson gets tripped up. He'll spin to about the 27-yard line. He was met there in the middle by, I believe, well, they don't have a 64, so I'm not sure who that is. Anderson gets a gain of 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 12. Ball at about the 27-yard line. 5.5 minutes to go in the first half. Huron up 20-0, trying to gather more. Slot right, receiver to the left, and the shotgun for Colt Culver. Here comes some motion from the far side, and they're going to roll to that side. Culver throws off his back foot, forces it to Winiger, overthrown. Kind of had to hurry it because there was pressure coming in off that right side. That's the first incompletion for Colt Culver. And it'll be 3rd and 13 for Huron from the 27-yard line. Clock stops with 5:04 to go in the first half at this position of the field and into the wind. And again, the wind may not be quite what it was when the game started, but probably 2 down territory for Huron, too long for a field goal. 3rd and long for Huron from the 27-yard line. Maybe a change of play from the sideline as Culver, straight drop, going to throw the fade there in the middle of the field, coming back to get it, but it was underthrown. I believe that was James Schultz Jr. tried to come back to the ball, incomplete, 4th down, and Huron, I'm sure, will just keep the offense on there and go for it here from the Douglas 27-yard line. Clock stops just inside of 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Huron 20, Douglas 0. Empty backfield for Culver as we go 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right, double tight end, I believe. And straight drop for Culver. He's going to throw over the middle, pass complete. Bischoff very close, and I think he did get the first down. And 1st and 10, that was right on target. They had every receiver out. There was a lot of one-on-one, and Bischoff dragging over the middle, gets the first down up to the 11-yard line, gain of 15. The Huron Tigers have their 9th first down here of the first half, and 1st and 10 at the Douglas 11-yard line. Clock rolls inside, or just about 4.5 minutes to go in the first half. Oakley Anderson at the pistol back on the 1st and 10. Trips left. Here's the flare out to Anderson. Turns the corner. Breaks 1 tackle. Gets inside the 10. Here comes a flag on the play. This will be interesting. That looked very close to a horse collar. That also, I think I'm going to treat that as a run. That looked like a backwards pass to Anderson as well. The ball is down at about the 8-yard line, but we'll see what the penalty marker is. Again, nice touch by the officiating crew. They have pink flags here for October, Breast Cancer Awareness Month. This may be going against Huron because the down marker's coming back. Or is it? Face mask on Douglas, so this will be a half the distance job is what it amounts to. So about a 6-yard penalty on Douglas, their second penalty, 16 yards. And Huron will have 1st and, well, they haven't moved the down marker yet. Now they move the ball again down to the 4. So it's going to be 1st and about 2 for Huron from the 4, and that just doesn't look right. Well, Douglas going to take a timeout, but that should be half the distance. That seems like that was more than half the distance. Timeout, Douglas. We're late in or midway through the second quarter. Huron up 20-0, knocking on the door again. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Sports injuries just on the sideline of the game. Make it sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active. Getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's what you need, you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
The Curtis Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder. Douglas using a defensive timeout here. Now they're saying it's first and goal. They've changed their minds a couple of times on this, but it was a face mask on Douglas, and Huron gets the first down, so it's first and goal from the 4-yard line for Huron. 4:14 to go in the first half. Huron up 20-0 and looking to add on more. Oakley Anderson remains the running back right behind Culver. An inside handoff to Oakley, squirts through, touchdown. Oakley Anderson scores from 4 yards out. 4 touchdowns by Huron by 4 different players. And Huron extends the lead to 26-0 with an extra point coming. Huron scores in 3 minutes and 18 seconds. And they've held the ball for almost half of this first half. Ty Kleinsasser on to kick the extra point. Mason Juergens the holder. Snap is there. Kick is up. Kick is good. 27-0 Huron. 4:04 to go first half. Timeout of 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Adams quickly resumed go-to plays for deliberate, reliable oil changes. Fast, easy, no-pressure oil changes. Use them with the no ever needed. See them in 1159 Court Avenue North. With Adam Cobb, 252-955. Adams quickly was also has tire repair, batteries, and filters. Working alone and open at 4 a.m. every day except Sundays. Trust your family vehicle with Adams Quickly. 1159 Court Avenue North. Adams Quickly is a proud sponsor of Tire Stores.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
27-0 Huron extends the lead on a 4-yard touchdown run by Oakley Anderson. As I said, Huron's had 4 touchdowns scored by 4 different players. Everybody getting a chance here tonight. Cal Allen and Josh Smith are back deep to receive the kick from Ty Kleinsasser as Douglas will receive. Kick, and there's going to be encroachment on Huron. In fact, they whistle it dead. And I would say there was more than one player that was across the 40 before Kleinsasser kicked. So 5-yard penalty on Huron. That'll be the 5th penalty, 30 yards against Huron. And Kleinsasser will have to kick from the 35-yard line. So Allen and Smith move up to about the 20-yard line. Again, the players have to make sure they're behind the line till Kleinsasser kicks the ball. So once again, Kleinsasser with the kick. Line drive, and will be taken by Smith at about the 18. He's coming up left side, tackled, open field. Big time play by the Tigers. Was that Kleinsasser the kicker? It was Kleinsasser with the special teams tackle after the kickoff. And Patriots will have the ball 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Their own 31. So we're inside of 4 minutes to go in the first half, and Huron has built a 27-0 lead here late in the second quarter. Trips right, one receiver left, a little different look. Still in the pistol, though. On the 1st and 10, right, looking to pass, straight drop, going to throw long here, near sideline, and incomplete. Riley Winiger had a chance at the pick. Hunter Frericks basically played defensive back to prevent that from being a pick. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd and 10 for Douglas back at the 31. Stops the clock with 3:52 to go in the first half. Huron leading 27-0 over the Douglas Patriots. Trips right, one receiver left on 2nd down and 10 for Douglas. Still in the pistol. Right. Play action, throws over the middle and bobbled incomplete. Winiger jumped the route and got in front of Frerichs. Well defended by Winiger. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 10 from the 31 for Douglas. So not much time going off the clock with 2 straight incomplete passes. Connor Wright will be faced with a 3rd and long for Douglas from their own 31-yard line. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, and in the pistol on 3rd and long. Sandel right behind Wright. They send a man in motion and will hand it off to the motion man, and he's going to be tripped up in the backfield. Lake Flagg comes in as well. Oakley Anderson was able to trip up Brody Slankakis for a loss. And the penalty marker came in kind of behind the play. It's a loss of 5-6 yards, and Huron will decline the penalty as it was a loss of 6. And the punt unit comes back in for Douglas. 3:37 to go in the first half. Here another chance with the ball, leading 27-0. And Holst and Schultz, I believe, are back deep to receive the kick from Caden Reitz. He gets the snap, and he will kick. Line drive again, bounces at the 48, going to bounce. Schultz will pick it up at the 39. Schultz trying to go wide, breaks a tackle up to the 45, then takes a pretty good hit there. And Huron will have the ball, 1st and 10. So I have 2 first downs for Douglas and 4 punts and 4 possessions. 3:09 to go in the first half. Huron leading 27-0. And they'll get the ball at their own 45-yard line. Again, Huron playing without Anderson Porish at quarterback, Carter Porish at tight end, and Charlie Martin at center. Fill-ins are handling it very capably. In the shotgun on 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. Culver now kind of pointing at his helmet. Takes the snap. He wants to throw again. Throws over the middle. He's going for Jurgens, who's got a couple of steps. Jurgens, can't come up with it, but it will be pass interference on Slaskakis. It was a little underthrown. Slaskakis definitely got in there early. And this should be interference on Douglas and a first down for Huron. And just a little underthrown, and Jurgens definitely had a couple of steps on his guy. And it'll be a 10-yard, or is this 15? It'll be a first down for Huron, 10th first down of the first half for Huron. It's a 15-yarder. 3rd penalty, 31 yards on Douglas. And Huron will have it 1st and 10 at the Douglas 40-yard line. Slot left, 1 receiver right, and the pistol for Culver. Culver will hand it straight ahead to Hulse to the 35 and tripped up. Diving forward, gets close to the first down at the 30. And they'll give him 11 on the play to the 29, another first down for Huron. 8th carry of the game for Hulst. 72 yards on those 8 carries for the Huron Tiger senior. 1st and 10 Huron from the Douglas 29-yard line. Culver stays in the shotgun. Hand off again to Hulst. Turn the corner. He's got the corner. 25, 20, 15, and steps out of bounds close to the 11. Somebody just got enough on him to force him out of bounds. Another first down for Huron, and Huron knocking on the door again as they'll spot it at the 11. Gain of 18 on the play for Landon Hulst. And right at the 10, no, at the 11, so this will be a 1st and 10 for Huron. Clock stopped at 2:38 as Hulse did step out of bounds. 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line as Huron trying to knock in another. Culver in the shotgun. And he'll look to pass left. Going to throw and bounced. It might have been deflected. Incomplete. They had a little crisscross there, and he was trying to go on the inside to Bischoff, I believe. And Elijah Ponton might have got a hand on that. Incomplete. 2nd and 10 for Huron from the 11. 1 minute after 8 o'clock, KIJV, AM/FM Huron. We're late in the first half. 2:35 to go here out west, 27-0 Huron. And Huron knocking on the door again. In the shotgun, Culver has Hulst right beside him, and Hulst will take it straight up the middle, head down at the 5. He was met up there by Cale Allen, along with Carson Hicks. Go up to the 5-yard line, gain of 6 for Hulst. 3rd and 4 from the 5-yard line for Huron. Nearing 2 minutes to go in the first half. 2 receivers left, 1 right. And we're in the pistol with Hulse behind Culver. Culver making sure everybody's set in the right spot. Got to hurry up and snap it. They do. Run the option. Pitch back to Hulse. Trying to turn the corner. He's at the 5. Spun out of bounds. He'll be very close to the first down. See where they spot it. Looks like he'll be a yard short. It's going to be 4th and 1 from the 2-yard line for Huron. So 4th and 1. Huron will go for it here. And again, going out of bounds. So, boy, the pace of this game has really slowed down in the second quarter. Minute 48, clock stopped again. 4th and 1 from the 2-yard line. Culver in the shotgun with Hulst right beside him. Here comes a motion. That's Juergens. They'll roll it to the left. Culver steps up and steps in for the touchdown. They rolled everybody to the left. And then Culver just darted back in against the grain, takes it in from 2 yards out. Touchdown Huron. It's 33-0. That's 5 touchdowns scored by 5 different players by Huron with 1:43 to go in the first half. Kleinsasser on to kick the extra point. Huron extends the lead to 33-0. Snap is there. The kick is up, and it is good. 34-0. Huron leading late first half. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Dine-in, carry-out for fast delivery. Ever delivery for delivery or carry-out, you can call it 252-6925. Not sure what to order from the delicious menu? Then dine in and try the famous Scott Robbins buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. We're locally owned, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. We're located on 195 21st Street in Huron. Scott Robbins Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Huron Tigers doing what they're supposed to here. They've taken control of this game from the opening kickoff, leading 34-0 late in the first half. Coach Strand's got to be happy with about everything he's seen. So many guys have gotten in the mix. We've have 3 starters out, but the guys who were replaced have taken care of business without much of any issue. And Huron up 34-0 with Kleinsasser kicking off again to Cale Allen and Josh Smith. Looks like they want Cale Allen to get the kickoff if they can. He's kind of standing behind Smith. Kick will angle off to the left. That may go out of bounds. It does. So a penalty on Huron. They should bring the ball up to the 35-yard line for Douglas, and they'll have it 1st and 10 with 1:43 to go in the first half. Huron came in as favorites, and, well, they've embraced it. You never know. Be 1st and 10 for Douglas from the 35-yard line. Coming up at half again, we'll talk to Huron Tiger volleyball coach Josh Lane. He'll talk a bit about the Breast Cancer Awareness Night that's coming up on Tuesday, October 14th. Huron hosting Roosevelt that night at the arena. They're looking for people to donate items for the silent auction. All that money stays in Huron for the HRMC We've Got You Covered program. We'll cover that coming up. 1st and 10 from the 35 for Douglas. Stay in the pistol. Here's the pitch back to Sandel, coming wide left. Got a kick out, spins, and he won't get wide with a second. With a second surge, he gets maybe a yard out of the play. Is over there on the stop for Huron. Oakley Anderson was the first man in on the stop, and Lucas Chaparro is getting a lot of playing time on the line. He helps out on the tackle as well. He does get a gain of a yard on the play. Sandel had a little extra effort and did get a gain of a yard. It's 2nd and 9 from the 36-yard line as the clock winds down towards 1 minute to go in the first half. Slot left, one receiver right on 2nd and 9. And Sandel up the middle, kind of a slow handoff, and Sandel will get about 3 yards on the play before he goes down in a bear hug from Ty Kleinsasser, and there's an injured Douglas Patriot on the field. Gets about 3 yards on the play. It'll be a 3rd and 6, and one of the linemen, I believe, is down for Douglas. So injury timeout with 44 seconds to go here in the first half. Here on up 34-0, timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
The Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant teeth screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181. Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder. The injured Patriot is lineman Kanan LaRouche. Or excuse me, no, that's not him. That is Lucas Johnson, a senior. I believe he's the center for Douglas. He does walk off under his own power. Going to be 3rd and 6 for Douglas from the 39-yard line. 44 seconds to go in the first half. And they will roll the clock, and we may only have one more play here. Douglas will have to snap the ball one more time. Connor Wright, a little late coming into the huddle. He's got 10 seconds on the play clock. Sandel behind him on 3rd and 6 from the 39-yard line. And Sandel straight ahead again, off tackle, gets met up at about the 41, driven back. There's Ty Kleinsasser again. Stood him up. Gain of 2 on the play. It's going to be 4th and 4, and that's probably going to take us to halftime. Halftime score, it's all Huron. Tigers 34, Douglas 0. 2-minute timeout. Back here with the halftime. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Loan officer at American Basin Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, FHA, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Basin Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wishbone Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Stop in for a free insurance review with Lane Anderson of Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Lane Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for a personal line of apparel such as t-shirts, sweatshirts, hoodies, jackets, even sports, of course. Outside, logo, and graphic set props. TV Sports, of course. Proud sponsor of the Tigers, TV Sports, downtown Huron.
1340 KIJV is Tiger Radio. It's that time. Let's join the voice of the Huron Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
Welcome back to Box Elder. The Huron Tigers in control, up 34-0 at halftime. Let's do a Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. O'Gorman came back and defeated Pierre 27-23 in Sioux Falls. Exciting game there. T-Area has defeated Brookings 20-0. Halftime, Aberdeen leads Mitchell 28-6. Aberdeen comes to Huron next week. Halftime, Spearfish leads Watertown 14-6. And halftime, Yankton 13, Sturgis 8. 11 AAA final, Washington 23, Rapid City Central 14. Into the third quarter, the top two teams in AAA, Lincoln 17, Brandon Valley 14. Late first half, Jefferson 45, Stevens 0. Take a look at some of our area games that we can find. Halftime, Iroquois Lake Preston 22, Arlington 8. Halftime, Ipswich 26, Hitchcock Tulare 14. Late in the first half, Corsica Stickney leads Sunshine Bible 38-0. Bonham late in the first half, leading Woolsey Wessington 48-6. And our game that we have over on KOKK, halftime, Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central leads Miller Highmore Herald 14-0. Another local score, Clarkville Lake leads Dual 14-8. That's your Seven Sons Heating and Air scoreboard update. Seven Sons Heating and Air located at 111 Dakota Avenue North in Huron. Well, they have their junior football players on the field to play at halftime here at homecoming. Huron leading Douglas 34-0. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes, come back. We'll talk a little Huron Tiger volleyball and breast cancer awareness night coming up in a week and a half. That's next year on our halftime report on Dakota Sports.
Values from the nation's top furniture brands. Timberland is America's #1 dealer for laser home furniture. Timberland is also the Midwest largest retailer for Sealy, Sibley, Stearns & Foster, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Timberland Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of local leaders in Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, and truly local service, turn to Timberland Furniture of Huron.
Treat yourself right and have the Dairy Queen of Huron. The August blizzard of the month is Reese's Caramel Craze, and it's only for a limited time, so get your new favorite blizzard today. For birthdays or anniversaries, or for any occasion, get a DQ cake. Call 352-5097 or shop it and order one for your party. Treat yourself and then reward yourself with the DQ app and download it today and save. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron.
Our work is performing to their full potential. Does the ranching provide everything they need? But the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feed help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier. Playing the game means bumps, bruises, and breaks happen. Lean on Huron Regional Medical Center Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Oper and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. Best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJZ are your home for Huron Tiger sports.
Welcome back to Box Elder, Huron 34, Douglas 0 at halftime, and they're doing their royalty announcements now with the junior football going on in the background as well. Coming up on Tuesday, October 14th, it's the annual Breast Cancer Awareness Night for Huron Tiger Volleyball at the Huron Arena, hosting Sioux Falls Roosevelt. It's a fundraiser with all the money raised goes local. They've finished up, I believe, their T-shirt sales. A portion of all T-shirt sales goes to HRMC Foundation, and they've also, once again, set up the silent auction. They're still looking for items. A lot of items have already come in, but they're always looking for more. But Coach Josh Lean with Huron Tiger Volleyball says there's been good response to the silent auction thus far.
Right, I see back in our cage area we're starting to fill up with some silent auction items, so that way HRMC can come and take some pictures of them and get them on the online auction. But get a hold of a Huron Tiger and make sure that we can get your stuff in our auction to benefit the HRMC Foundation once we do our pink out night. Looking forward to that on October 14th. We just got our roses ordered for our rose recipients, so that way I appreciate Coach Ulmer. Tyann came into my classroom today and asked if I'd gotten that done yet. The answer was no, so she gratefully took care of that for me today, and so I think we're all set. T-shirts are ordered, they're being made now, and we feel really good about that effort. All the money stays here in Huron.
And that's the thing, yeah, HRMC Foundation, this is all in conjunction with HRMC Foundation, and the program is We Got You Covered, and make sure mammograms are available to anybody who might need one. And so all money raised T-shirts, the silent, everything stays here in Huron.
Yep, right here. And that's something we can be proud of. And look, I can't even take credit for this thing, because this thing started a long time ago before I was here. And I've just been really fortunate to pick up the ball on a really good thing and just keep running with it, right? So our community is a gracious community. They give and they give and they give, and this is just another thing they give to, and because it's important and it affects all of us. And these, our young athletes, our female athletes, this is it's going to affect them, whether it's their family, themselves, or somebody that they love. It's really going to it weighs heavy on all of us. So it's important that our money stays here and make sure that the mammograms are available, and all of that is really a positive thing. And so I'm proud of the effort. If you have anything that we could use in that effort, just go ahead and reach out to us, and we will make sure that we get it on the silent auction, and HRMC benefits from it.
Again, Josh Lean, head volleyball coach of the Huron Tigers. Again, Breast Cancer Awareness Night for Huron Tiger Volleyball is on Tuesday, October 14th. Still plenty of time if you have an item from your business, your organization, or just a basket you want to donate to the cause. They'll take anything. And again, all the money stays local here with the HRMC Foundation. We Got You Covered program that makes sure that mammograms are available to anyone who needs one in the Huron area. And again, all money stays local. HRMC Foundation that's not the only, Breast Cancer Awareness Night with Huron Tiger Volleyball is not the only thing. There's a lot of activities going on this month with the HRMC Foundation. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes, run down the scoring, run down the stats. Huron leading Douglas 34-0. We'll take a timeout, 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
1919 root beer is brewed in 12 ounces with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. Their unique recipe and choice ingredients make 1919 root beer the creamiest, full-body draft root beer available. Pick up 1919 root beer, distributed by Elwine Brothers, at your favorite convenience store or grocery store in Huron. Elwine Brothers wishes the Huron Tigers the best of luck. Go Tigers!
Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. The Norby Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, bicycle spin classes, and more. These fitness classes are led by the Norby Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Norby Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. We change thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, play hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because you'd do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Experience delicious. Experience Wine and Finger Restaurant and Ace Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Wine and Finger can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2 and closed on Sunday. Wine and Finger Restaurant and Ace Lounge in the Crossroads in downtown Huron.
You're listening to the Huron Tigers on Dakota Sports KIJD.
Welcome back to Box Elder at halftime. Huron leads Douglas 34-0, about as efficient of a first half offensively and really defensively for that matter as well for the Huron Tigers. Tigers had 5 possessions and scored 5 touchdowns by 5 different players. Huron opened the scoring, taking the opening kickoff. I think it was just 4 plays, a 29-yard touchdown run by Mason Juergens. The point after went off the upright. That was about the only negative thing that happened to Huron in the first half. Next time Huron gets the ball back, Landon Hulse takes it in on a 12-yard run midway through the first quarter. Extra point kick good by Ty Kleinsasser, 13-0. Then a block punt. It was actually blocked by Douglas, blocked their own punt, gave Huron a very short field. And on the second play of the second quarter, I believe it was, Cooper Bischoff scored on a 5-yard touchdown pass, making a fine catch from Colt Culver. Kleinsasser with the extra point kick that made it 20-0 Huron. Huron added on a 4-yard run by Oakley Anderson. And that extra point again good by Ty Kleinsasser, 27-0. Then late in the first half, Colt Culver, a 2-yard run. That was on a 4th and 1 from the 2. Kleinsasser again successful on the extra point kick. 34-0. Huron leads here at halftime. For the Huron Tigers in the first half had 113 yards rushing, 115 passing. That's about as balanced as you're ever going to get. Running the ball, Mason Juergens. Oh, I missed Mason Juergens, so we actually have more rushing yardage than I thought. Mason Juergens had 2 carries for 34 yards and a touchdown. Landon Hulse, 11 carries for 100 yards and a touchdown. Colt Culver had 3 carries for 2 yards and a touchdown. Oakley Anderson had 4 carries for 7 yards and a touchdown. And I have to re-add 143 was Huron's total yardage in the first half. So now I got everything added up. Colt Culver in his first start, the sophomore. Well, you could tell that the coaches were just putting him in situations he was comfortable with. He was 7 of 10 passing. Had the 1 touchdown pass to Bischoff, 7 of 10, 115 yards, and the touchdown for Colt Culver. Receiving in the first half, I had Mason Juergens with 3 catches for 43 yards. Riley Winiger had 1 catch for 38 yards. James Schultz Jr. had 1 catch for 12 yards. And Bischoff had the 2 catches for 20 yards and the touchdown. 12 first downs in the first half for Huron. Douglas offensively just couldn't get going on offense. I have 22 total yards at halftime for Douglas. Peyton Sandel, 9 carries, 14 yards. And Brody Slankaskakis had 1 carry for -6, throwing the ball Connor Wright was 3 of 11 for 14 yards, 2 first downs in the first half for the Douglas Patriots. And at halftime, it's Huron 34, Douglas 0. We're still probably about 7 minutes or so from kickoff of the second half. The junior football players are still on the field, and they said they'd go 20 plus 3, so a 23-minute halftime. We'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back, and run down the scoreboard again, 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Basements and outdoor patios, as well as commercial and industrial spaces. Call 605-252-5776. Get a free estimate. The Pro is a Till Clean Plus. Help us get a great looking, durable surface with the epoxy flooring. If you're owner and operator, visit them at 201 Market Street East. Check out their website at tillcleanplus.net. Clean Plus is a proud sponsor of Huron Tiger Sports.
Car chiropractic, we know sports injuries just on the sideline of the game. Make it sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Adams Cooking is your go-to place for convenient, reliable oil changes. Fast, easy, no-pressure oil changes for your family's vehicle. No appointment needed. See them at 1159 Court Avenue North. Get down in the car, 352-1255. Adams Cooking also has tire repair, batteries, and filters. Working your own and open at 8 a.m. every day except Sundays. Trust your family's vehicle with Adams Cooking. 1159 Court Avenue North. Adams Cooking is a proud sponsor of Tiger Sports. Godfather's Pizza of Huron offers dine-in, carry-out for fast delivery every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, you can call at 352-6925. Not sure what to order from your realistic menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's buffet, featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. They're local, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. We're located on 195 Bush Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 352-6925.
Dakota Sports KIJB, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder at the half. It's been all Huron tonight, 34-0 over the Douglas Patriots. I'm Jeff Duffy. Let's do a Seven Suns Heating and Air scoreboard update, 605-352-5316. AA Finals, O'Gorman came from behind to defeat Pierre 27-23. T-Area shut out Brookings 20-0. Getting late in the third quarter now, Aberdeen leads Mitchell 28-6. Early in the second half, Spearfish up on Watertown 14-6. And early in the second half, Yankton 13, Sturgis 8. 11 AAA final, Washington 23, Rapid City Central 14. O'Gorman defeated Pierre. I already gave that one, 27-23. Brandon Valleys went up on Sioux Falls Lincoln 21-17, late third quarter. Late in the first half, Jefferson 52, Stevens 0. And just started, and Harrisburg leads Sioux Falls Roosevelt 7-0. Early second half, Iroquois Lake Preston leads Arlington 22-8. Ipswich leading Hitchcock Tulare. They're still at halftime, 26-14. And halftime, Corsica Stickney 46, Sunshine Bible 0. Bonham leads Wolsey Wessington late first half, 48-6. In our game on KOKK, they're early in the second half. Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central has scored again. And the Bucks lead Miller Highmore Herald 21-0 early in the second half. Well, both teams are back out on the field, and we'll see if they're going to put the extra 3 minutes up or not, because it looks like everybody should be loose. As the Huron's been out for a couple minutes, Douglas is out doing some sprints, so I'm going to wait and see if they put another 3 minutes up on the clock or not. It has cooled off a little bit up here in the booth. I was a little worried about equipment getting too hot up here, but Let's see, what are they going to put up on the clock here now? They did put another 3 minutes, so we'll take a 2-minute timeout, come back. Second half kickoff is next. 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
For the Huron Tigers, the doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant teeth screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Looking to buy, build, or refinance your existing home? I'm Jamie Olson, your local mortgage loan officer at American Basin Trust in Huron. Whether it's a conventional loan with local servicing, VA, everything, rural development, jumbo, or a home equity line of credit, I'm here to help you find the right fit. Let's make your home goals happen. Apply today at mortgagewithjamie.com or call 353-2818. American Basin Trust, where your journey begins. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Wishbone Market is proud to be part of the Huron community and to cheer on area high school athletes all season long. At Wishbone, they believe in supporting local, which is why you'll find South Dakota favorites on their shelves, from wines and meats to hometown snacks. They have great in-store savings and new products with updates shared on their Facebook page. Follow them on Facebook and stop in today to shop local, save more, and enjoy the best from South Dakota at Wishbone Market.
Wilbur Ellis is a leading provider of innovative solutions in plant protection, plant nutrition, and field technology. They offer premier products and one-on-one relationships with local field experts to help their customers grow. Wilbur Ellis is committed to bringing you and your operation new and innovative ideas. Contact your local Wilbur Ellis specialist today to find out how to maximize your return on investment. Wilbur Ellis wishes all area high school athletes the best of luck this season.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV.
And we're ready for the second half with Huron kicking off to Douglas. Again, Allen and Smith back deep to receive. No, it looks like they have Slankoxis back there to receive now for the Patriots. End over in kick. We'll go over on Smith's side of the field. He'll pick it up at the 11, going up that far sideline. Skips through some traffic. Finally tackled out of bounds at about the 29-yard line. I believe that was Jeremy Hofer with the special teams tackle. And a 1st and 10 for the Douglas Patriots. Starting our second half. Douglas will have the ball squarely on their own 30-yard line. So see what the Patriots come out with here for the start of the second half. Looks like Huron has their main base defensive players out there to start the second half. In the pistol. And handoff Sandal up the middle. Not much. He'll roll forward for a yard or two as he was met by a couple of white jerseys on the play. I believe that was Ty Kleinsasser in on the stop again for Huron. He had some help, though. Gain of 1. It'll be 2nd down and 9 for Douglas. Ball just past the 31-yard line. We're just underway in the second half. Huron up 34-0. We go slot left, slot right, and the pistol with Sandal behind right. There's motion. High snap. Wright comes down with it, hands it off. There's a fumble on the play. Tried to hand it off to Sandal, and Wright going to hop on it, but back at the 16. It was a high snap. He tried to give it to Sandal, and Sandal got tackled. I didn't see who got in there, but somebody got in there and put the tackle on Sandal, and Wright was able to hop on it, but Wright's going to lose a ton of yards all the way back to the 17-yard line. So he's going to lose 14 on the play. And that sets up a third and 23, I believe, for Douglas back at their own 17. Motion left to right, and Wright looking to pass. He's going to throw deep over the middle of the field and in and out of the hands It was a pretty good wrestling match there between Frericks and Winiger. Frericks did get his hand on the ball, but could not control it coming down to the ground. And Douglas will bring the punt team in, and Huron will get the ball back. 4th and long for Douglas. Now Huron doing a little change. Holst was back deep to receive, and now he's coming up the line. Huron may be coming after the punt here. Schultz, the lone man, back deep to receive. The kick, a high, short kick, angles off to the right, bounces off the head of a Patriot, and Huron could have picked that up and ran, and it wouldn't have mattered. It came right off the head of Jackson Montalvo, and then is downed right at the 50-yard line. Now, that was still a live ball. Huron could have picked it up and ran, and even if they would have fumbled it, they would have still got the ball back where it hit Montalvo. But in any case, Huron gets the ball 1st and 10. Ball squarely on the 50-yard line. One stat I forgot to provide was the time of possession. Huron in the first half, 13 minutes, 22 seconds. While Douglas had the ball for 9 minutes and 38, is that right? No, 10 minutes and 38 seconds. No, we just had a penalty called on Huron. I was busy doing the time of possession. So it must have been a penalty on the kick because they're moving the sticks as well. For some reason, it looks like a 6-yard penalty. But Huron will have the ball 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. Well, what are we doing here? The chains are acting like we're going Douglas's direction, and we're not. But the ball was spotted at the 50. Now it's spotted at Huron's 44, so 1st and 10 there from the 44 for Huron. Culver's in the shotgun on 1st and 10. Handed off to Holst up the middle, past the 45, 50, spins, and he'll get close to 10 yards on the play. He was at an even 100 yards at halftime. Looks like they're going to give him 9 on the play. 2nd and 1 for Huron, and Huron in Douglas territory at the 47-yard line. And Huron does have most of their first string in there the way it looks. As they go 2nd and 1 from the Douglas 47. In the pistol. And the handoff straight ahead. Holst again, 1st down and more. 40, spins. He'll get to about the 35-yard line. And just basic smash mouth football. We're not showing much anything fancy here. Holst going to get a gain of 12 on the play. He's well over 100 yards rushing now on the play. And a 1st down for Huron. 13th first down of the game. First here of the second half. Huron 1st and 10 at the Douglas 39-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Culver making some hand signals to his receivers as Holst jumps back in the pistol. Straight drop. Here comes the blitz. Going to throw it deep over the middle of the field. Caught! Touchdown, flag on the play. Winiger with the catch. Check out the flag first. Culver put it right in the hands of Riley Winiger for the score. 39 yards as long as it stands, and I believe it's going to. And it must have been pass interference on Douglas. So a 39-yard touchdown catch. Winiger, the first Huron Tiger to score twice tonight. And it is a touchdown pass interference on Douglas. 8:42 to go in the 3rd quarter. Now we'll be on the running clock for the rest of the game as Kleinsasser attempts the extra point kick. Snap is there. The kick is up and off the upright for a 2nd time. 40-0, Huron leading. Early 3rd quarter, but then we'll be on running clock the rest of the way. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Farmers Union Insurance. Auto, home, farm, life, and business. Become a satisfied policyholder with Farmers Union Insurance. Farmers Union Insurance, Lane Anderson, 1835 Arizona Avenue, Southwest in Huron.
Looking for a quick line of barrels, which is t-shirts, sweatshirts, ladies' jackets, beauty sports, of course. About time, logos, and money, perfect fit snap. Beauty sports, of course. Proud sponsor of the Tigers, beauty sports. Downtown Huron.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJZ.
Huron 40, Douglas 0 will now be on the running clock for the rest of the game. The only time the clock will stop is on scores, timeouts, and injuries and the end of the quarter. Penalty, if they stop for penalties, it doesn't stop for first downs, and all that. So Huron Tigers have done the job. They were favored to win, and, well, they have just taken care of business here as Douglas just 2 first downs in the game. Kleinsasser getting set to kick off with Allen back deep to receive, along with Slankoskis. Allen with the kick return from the 10 up the middle of the field. Gets bumped down at about the 28-yard line. Took a pretty solid hit there as Bischoff was in the stop on the stop for Huron, along with Oakley Anderson. And 1st and 10 for Douglas. And now with the kick return, the clock is running. 1st and 10 Douglas at their own 28-yard line. I don't believe Douglas has passed the 50-yard line yet. Huron starting to bring in a few new kids into the game. I see Gunnar Harris is in at a corner now. Still got regulars out there, I guess, for the most part, though. And Gunnar has played a lot of corner for Huron this year. Trips right, 1 receiver left. And they're in the pistol on 1st and 10 from the 28. Here comes motion. And now a flag on the play and procedure on Douglas. Douglas picks up their 4th penalty for 36 yards. Be 1st and 15 now back at the 24-yard line. 7.5 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. So there's your example. They usually, when there's a penalty, they walk it off. They stop the clock and wind it, but they didn't stop the clock. Clock just kept running. So 1st and 15 for Douglas from the 24-yard line. In the pistol. Right, straight drop. He's looking to the left. He's under some pressure and gets rid of it at the last second and throws it away. Good pressure up the middle that time. Bischoff was in on the rush, along with Rayshawn Whiff. Just about got the sack. While the officials are meeting to determine if it was intentional grounding or not. I don't think it was because, well, he was in the pocket, though, but he certainly got the throw up to the line of scrimmage and passed it. 2nd down and 15 from the 24-yard line. Douglas Patriots. Here's motion again. Left to right. And handoff up the middle. Breaking through past the 25 up to the 28 goes Sandel. Flag comes in at the end of the play as well. Sandel's going to get about 4 yards on the play, but check the flag. Looks like they're pointing at Huron. And it came from the back judge. Now, face mask on Huron. So it'll be a 3-yard run for Sandel. And then is this a 5 or a 15? It's a 5. So incidental face mask on Huron. 6 penalty, 35 yards. And Douglas will move up another 5 yards. And now they have 2nd and 7 from their own 33-yard line. Douglas has ran 2 plays here and has run over 3 minutes off the clock just because there's been 2 penalties. And again, the clock runs in this situation here on up by 40 points. Slot right, slot left, pistol on 2nd and 7. Right. They do the reverse again to Stankakis, turns the corner, weaves through traffic, gets caught from behind. There will be a loss on the play. Oakley Anderson on the stop. Read the play. It's about the 3rd time they've run that. And Huron wasn't fooled at all. There's going to be a loss of a yard on the play. And we'll call it 3rd and 7 for Douglas at their own 32-yard line. Inside of 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Huron 40, Douglas 0. Pistol for Connor Wright. Sandal behind him. Straight drop. Here comes a big rush. Pass over on the right side. Incomplete. Boy, Huron brought everybody, and there was a big white wave coming at Wright. And again, he just got rid of it. 4th down and the punt unit in for Douglas. So see if the Huron Tigers start making some subs on offense. I see Holst is back on kick return, as is Schultz. And on the kick, Caden Reitz again for the Douglas Patriots. Reitz from the 32-yard line, snap on target. And a little bump and no flag. Ball's going to bounce and be picked up at the 34-yard line by Schultz, going up that left sideline to the 40, 35, finally tripped up at the 33. Schultz, some nifty running in the open field. Juergens did bump into Reitz, and I was kind of watching that, watching Jimmy. But I think he started that at the 34 and got 26, 31, 32 yards on the punt return by James Schultz Jr. And with 3:20 to go in the third quarter, Huron gets the ball back and in Douglas territory with 3:14 to go in the third quarter. Huron has the ball at the Douglas 34-yard line. Hull still in at running back. Culver in the shotgun, looking to pass, looks right. Going to throw deep for Schuhart, and Schuhart came in. Did he get it? Incomplete. He was battling there with the corner, Frerichs. Frerichs did play it well, and Schuhart made a nice attempt at it. Looks like he had the ball in his hands, but my guess is the ball probably hit the ground, incomplete. 2nd down and 10 from the 34. 2.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. 2 receivers right, 1 left. And in the shotgun, Culver with Hull standing right beside him on the 2nd down play. And handoff, fumble on the play, and it's going to be covered by a Huron Tiger. Culver and Holst weren't exactly on the same page. There's Cooper Bischoff with the fumble recovery. Off of that, Huron actually gains a yard. I'm going to give Cooper 1 yard rushing on that. 3rd and 9 from the 33-yard line for Huron. 1:50 to go in what's now a very quick running third quarter. Huron runs trips right. And the shotgun for Culver with Holst right beside him. Here comes a blitz from the right, but the rollout goes the opposite way. Throws short, knocked down, incomplete. Nice play by Cale Allen. Pass was intended for Josh Gilbert. 4th down and 9, and Huron will go for it here. Or, well, Kleinsasser came in. No, yeah, Culver is going to the sideline, but I think he just went to the sideline to get the play. Huron just changing some personnel. So 4th and 9 from the 33-yard line for Huron. Kleinsasser now at running back, and now he's going to go to a slot right. It's an empty backfield for Colt Culver on 4th and 9. Straight drop. Culver going to threep over the middle. Wide open. Touchdown, Mason Juergens. Juergens had a couple of steps, and Juergens scores from 34 yards out. Juergens with his 2nd touchdown of the game. Now there's a flag at the end of the play again, so I guess maybe we need to check on that. 38 seconds to go. The clock does stop on the score. The touchdown is good. So 34 yards to Juergens. 46-0 Huron. And the officials are talking to Huron. This might be on Douglas. You might have the choice. You take it on the extra point or on the kickoff. 46-0 Huron, 38 seconds to go, third quarter. Huron scores again, second touchdown of the game for Mason Juergens. Now the official looking at the Huron bench. Huron, I think, just wants us to kick the extra point and keep the clock running. Unsportsmanlike on Douglas. And presumably they'll mark that off on the kickoff. So Kleinsasser will attempt the extra point. He is what? 5 of 7, or 4 of 6 on his extra points so far. Kick is up. It is good. Now 5 of 7, Kleinsasser, extra points. 47-0 Huron, 38 seconds to go, third quarter. Timeout 30 on Dakota Sports.
Best values from Macy's Confirmation Brands. Lumberland is America's #1 dealer for lazy-load furniture. Lumberland is also the Midwest's largest retailer for seaweed, footings, skins and fasteners, and Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Lumberland Huron is completely locally owned and operated. Our staff, including sales and delivery, is made up entirely of local leaders in the Huron. So for the best brands at the best prices, Lumberland is truly local service. Turn to Lumberland Furniture of Huron.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder. Huron now 7 of 7 on possessions. They've had 7 possessions. They've scored on every one of them and lead 47-0. And, they did let the clock run out. That's the end of the third quarter. So after the extra point, they started the clock again. So we've reached the end of the third. 47-0 Huron. Timeout 1 minute on Dakota Sports.
Queen of Huron, August blizzard of the month is Reese's Caramel Craze, and it's only for a limited time, so get your new favorite blizzard today. For birthdays or anniversaries, or for any occasion, get a DQ cake. Call 352-5097 or shop it and order one for your party. Treat yourself and then reward yourself with the DQ app and download it today and save. Dairy Queen of Huron is open every day of the week for lunch, dinner, or an anytime snack. Dairy Queen of Huron. Are your guests performing to their full potential? Does the ration provide everything they need? Let the experienced feed consultants at Dakota Land Feeds help you get the performance you want and the service you deserve. With the ability to balance rations for every stage of a calf's life, the feed consultants provide valuable information to support your operation. They strive to provide best-in-class service and knowledge you can count on. Dakota Land Feeds, your local feed supplier.
Tiger 95 and 1340 KIJV are your home for Huron Tiger Sports.
Kickoff to start the fourth quarter, and Kleinsasser just punches it through the end zone. A 15-yard penalty was walked off on Douglas. So kicking off from the 45, it was an easy touchback, and Douglas will have it 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Now we do see some new guys in on defense. Josh Gilbert is in on defense. I believe I see Leon Waldner just trying to catch some numbers here on defense now for Huron. Gunnar Harris out there. Chase Schuhart is in the defensive backfield. Rayshawn Whiff still in on defense, as is Lucas Chaparro. 1st and 10, Douglas at the 20-yard line. Wright remains in the pistol. Will throw short near side, and the pass incomplete. Tried to look it into the hands, but could not come up with it. Was Carson Foltz. Incomplete. 2nd down and 10. Josh Gilbert was over there defensively for Huron, along with Sean Janes. So again, a lot of new names in there for Huron defensively, as now Rayshawn Whiff comes out as well. So getting a lot of guys in there that, well, like Tice Huber's in there, but he did start the game. Safeties are Schuhart and Gilbert. Well, now we got a penalty on Huron. I don't know what this is. Oh, there's a flag in the backfield. Must be roughing or something. I didn't even see that down there. So a 15-yarder on Huron, and I never did see the signal. It was back by the quarterback, so I'm assuming it was a roughing call. So Douglas gets their third first down of the game, first here of the second half. They're up to the 35-yard line. Clock rolls. We're down to 10 minutes remaining in the game, and Huron up 47-0. Huron will move to 5-1 and clinch a winning regular season record. Straight drop. Here comes a big rush by Huron. They flip it out in the corner, and the pass overthrown was intended for Smith, but Huron had a big wave coming in at right again. And it'll be second down and 10 from the 35. So Huron has a lot of subs in. I see playing in defensive backfield is Quincy Rashad. Just trying to pick up numbers as I find them. Aaron Garcia is in for Huron. Second and 10 from the 35 for Douglas. Handed off to Sandel up the middle, and he'll break a couple of tackles, then get brought down by Ben Cardona after a gain of 2 or 3. We'll give him 3 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 8 from the 38-yard line. Inside of 9 minutes to go, the clock moving quickly now with the running clock. As Wright comes in with his play from the coach. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left, and the pistol on 3rd and 7. Wright looking to throws over the middle as a man complete. It's first down, close to the 50. Tackle made by Rashad along with Garcia. And a first down for the Douglas Patriots up to the 50-yard line. That's a gain of 13 on the play. That's the longest play of the game for Douglas, and they have it 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Snap, and Wright looking short again, throws complete. And another gain of 5 or 6. Gilbert in on the stop for Huron, along with Jeremy Hofer. And Douglas will take their first snap in Huron territory at the 43-yard line. That was a gain of 7. 2nd and 3 from the 43-yard line for Douglas. As Huron has most of their subs in on defense now. There's 1 or 2 regulars that are just playing one way. 2nd and 3, and looking to pass, going to throw deep, far sideline, and nearly intercepted on that far sideline. Well played there by the defensive back for Huron, and I'm trying to see who it is. Penalty marker on the play as well. I think that was Gunnar Harris over there. And Douglas clapping their hands like this is going to go against Huron. And they're saying pass interference on the defense. I'm not seeing, well, if they want to call it, I guess they can call it. Walk another 15 yards off Huron. 8 penalties, 65 yards, and another first down for Douglas. They'll have it 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line. They go trips right, 1 receiver left. Connor Wright's been passing for the most part here. And he'll do it again. Nope, we're going to stop. Another penalty, this time a 5-yarder procedure on Douglas. 6 penalty, 56 yards, and now we're getting a lot of penalty flags thrown here. And Douglas will have a 1st and 15 back at the 33-yard line inside of 6 minutes to go in the game. Douglas has now run over 6 minutes off the clock as Huron has not had the ball here in the 4th quarter. Trips right, 1 receiver left. Wright's looking back at the official, and now what? I think there was a little issue with the play clock perhaps. Right, high snap, here comes the rush. He'll throw short, overthrown, incomplete. Defended by Gunnar Harris. And it'll be 2nd and 15 from the 33-yard line. Well, basically, I don't think the clock has stopped here since we started this fourth quarter. It is 9 o'clock. This is KIJV, AM FM, Huron. Huron 47, Douglas 0. We're late in the ball game here tonight in Box Elder. After the game, Coach Strand will come up. We'll pick our player of the game, Signature Plus, with a great T-shirt for the winner. And, of course, they have all your Tiger apparel. Right short throw and nearly intercepted. Broken up, though. Jimmy Barton hopped that, and he almost had the pick, and then he did wind up stripping it away from the receiver of Douglas, Josh Smith. Incomplete. It'll be 3rd and 15. Well, Jimmy just read that perfectly. 3rd and 15 for Douglas, back at the 33-yard line as we hit 4:15 to go in the game. Slots left, slots right. Pistol on 3rd and 15. Straight drop back. Plenty of time for right. And he lost the ball. Was that a fumble or was that a pass? And they are going to rule it, I believe, an incomplete pass. His arm was going forward, and I think he tried to bring it back and just lost the ball. And they're going to say incomplete, and it'll be 4th and 15 for Douglas from the 33. 3:42 and rolling to go here now in the game. Douglas faced with a 4th and 15 at the Huron 33-yard line. Huron will host Aberdeen, final home game of the regular season next Friday. Later start time, 7:30 kickoff. Girls volleyball is playing Stevens at the arena. They're shooting for a 5 o'clock start for the varsity, so give time for people to go to both. Here comes the big break in the middle. They set up a screen, and it's dropped by Sandel. They let the line through, and they had the middle screen set up, and Sandel could not handle it. And the ball goes over on downs to the Huron Tigers with 3 minutes to go in the game. And Huron can probably just hand the ball off a few times and get out of this. As it'll be 1st and 10 Huron from their own 33-yard line. Culver, I presume, will stay at quarterback, but about everybody else, as all the starters are going to take the rest of the night off. And Culver going to throw it inside, pass off the shoulder pads of the Huron receiver, Nathaniel Gray. Incomplete. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Just making sure I see Corton Caudell was still in. He comes out now. As we hit 2 minutes to go in the game, Huron with a 2nd and 10. Culver still in at quarterback. Might be Bischoff at running back. I can't tell for sure. Handoff up the middle, and a nice carry up the middle past the 40 up to the 41. That'll be a gain of about 7 on the play. And that is Parker Bischoff on the carry. He's going to get 8 yards on the play. It'll be 3rd and 2 for Huron. And we have a timeout on the field. Timeout on the field. Huron up 47-0. Late in the game, timeout of 30 seconds on Dakota Sports.
Orthopedic surgeons Dr. Kevin Oper and Dr. Todd Anderson, along with the Pro Rehab Physical Therapy teams, are here to get you back in your game. Schedule an appointment at HuronRegional.org, because when it comes to your health, the right care is right here. And best of luck to our area athletes from Huron Regional Medical Center.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
2nd and 2 for Huron. Should be 3rd and 2, but they got 2nd and 2 up there. Because Huron had the incomplete pass, but well, we're 2nd and 2, I guess. We had an incomplete pass, and Bischoff ran the ball. Here's the flip inside, and that's going to be dropped for a loss. Gray was trying to reverse that time. And he's going to lose yardage on the play back to the 34-yard line, so that'll be a loss of 7. And it'll be 3rd down and about 9 for Huron from the 34-yard line. We're at 1:15 remaining in the game. Huron up 47-0. We'll move to 5-1 on the season with the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles coming in next week. Handoff straight ahead. Bischoff has the 35 to 40, working hard, spun forward. He may have got the first down on that. Parker Bischoff running hard, and I think, yes, he did get the first down up to the 44-yard line. That's a gain of 11 for Bischoff. And Huron gets the first down, and Huron probably just needs one snap here. Yep, one snap with 35 seconds to go, and this game will go in the books. Huron Tigers move to 5-1 as they'll win this one tonight, 47-0. Culver, snap. Oh, they are going to pitch it to a Bischoff. Runs back up the middle and still running hard. Finally rolled down at the 40-yard line. Gain of 14, and that will end the ball game. Huron Tigers 47, Douglas 0. Gary Zell Autoglass post game is next on Dakota Sports.
1919 root beer is brewed in small batches with only the finest ingredients, real sugar and real vanilla. Their unique recipe and choice ingredients make 1919 root beer the creamiest, full-body draft root beer available. Pick up 1919 root beer distributed by L. Wine Brothers at your favorite convenience store or grocery store in Huron. L. Wine Brothers wishes the Huron Tigers the best of luck. Go Tigers!
Northeast Center for Recreation in Huron is your ultimate destination for fun and fitness. Challenge yourself and get fit with a fitness class that fits your schedule. Northeast Center offers water classes, weight and cardio classes, tricycle spin classes, and more. These fitness classes are led by the Northeast Center's expert instructors. Sign up for a fitness class today. The Northeast Center for Recreation, where the fun never ends.
This is Matt Sibley with Brian J. Davidson Insurance Agency in Huron. We change thousands of diapers, cut up hundreds of crusts, play hours of peekaboo and duck duck goose, because we'll do anything for your kids. That's why it's so important to protect them with life insurance from State Farm. State Farm agent Brian Davidson will help make it easy and affordable to help you protect your family, no matter what the future holds. Because for the people you'll do anything for, life insurance could mean everything. Call today, because like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Gary Zell Autoglass is a proud supporter of Huron High School sports and the Tiger Postgame Show. Gary and Michael Zell offer mobile glass replacement of windshields, clear glass, cars and trucks, even tractor cabs on site. Gary Zell Autoglass does ship repairs, and they process all insurance paperwork. Call 352-0836 or toll free 1-888-852-0355. Gary Zell Autoglass in Huron.
The Huron Tiger post-game report on Tiger 95 is brought to you by Gary Zell Autoglass. Here's the voice of the Tigers, Jeff Duffy.
Welcome back to Box Elder. The Huron Tigers move to 5-1 on the season. They defeat Douglas tonight, 47-0. Only time Huron did not score was that last possession when time ran out and the game ended. We'll just run down the scoring. I actually got the stats already totaled up here. Coach Strand will be coming up shortly as well. Huron open on the opening drive of the game. It was 4 or 5 plays. Just over 2 minutes. Mason Juergens, a 29-yard touchdown run. Ty Kleinsasser's extra point kick went off the upright. 1 of 2 times that happened tonight. Then later, Landon Holst, a 12-yard run. Point after good, 13-0. A block punt gave Huron good field position. And Cooper Bischoff, a 5-yard pass from Colt Culver, 20-0 with the extra point kick. Oakley Anderson then ran it in from 4 yards out, 27-0. And then late in the first half, Colt Culver to quarterback, a 2-yard run, 34-0. Then Huron scored twice In the second half, Riley Winiger, a 39-yard touchdown pass from Colt Culver. The point after went off the upright. And then Dan Jurgens, that's Dad. Mason Jurgens, a 34-yard touchdown pass from Colt Culver. The point after good, and the final 47-0. Fort Douglas just didn't get much of anything going on offense. I had Douglas with 0 yards rushing. Peyton Sandel had 12 carries for 21 yards, but then Connor Wright, 1 carry for minus 14, but that was recovering a fumble. And then also 2 carries for minus 7 yards for Kaskaskas. Throwing the ball in the game, Connor Wright was 5 of 23 for 34 yards, 5 first downs for Douglas. For Huron, I guess I didn't add up the total rushing. Landon Holst had 13 carries, 120 yards, and a touchdown. Mason Jurgens had 2 carries, 34 yards. Colt Culver, 3 carries for 2 yards. Oakley Anderson had 4 carries for 11 yards. Nathaniel Gray had 1 carry for 7 yards. Cooper Bischoff had 1 carry for 1 yard. He recovered a fumble, basically. Parker Bischoff had 3 carries for 33 yards. Throwing the ball, Colt Culver, 9 of 15 for 188 yards, and did have the 3 touchdown passes as the Tigers complete effort tonight, and they win it 47-0. Coach Strand is up here. We'll take a timeout of 2 minutes. We'll come back, get his comments, and also pick our Signature Plus player of the game. Timeout 2 minutes on Dakota Sports.
Experience Lions Angle Restaurant and Ace Lounge. They specialize in steaks, burgers, seafood, and pasta. Lions Angle can host your party in a private room and offer catering too. Open Monday through Friday 4 to 10, Saturday 4 to 11, and open for lunch every Thursday 11 to 2 and closed on Sunday. Lions Angle Restaurant and Ace Lounge in the Crossroads in downtown Huron. Office of Hoxie Float for garages, basements, and outdoor patios, as well as commercial and industrial spaces. Call 605-252-5776 for the free estimate. The pros of Till Clean Plus help you get great-looking, durable surfaces with Hoxie Floating. The owner and operator visit them at 201 Market Street East. Check out the website at tillcleanplus.net. Clean Plus is a proud sponsor here on Tiger Sports.
At Car Chiropractic, we know sports injuries just on the sideline of the game. Make it sideline your life. Whether you're a weekend warrior, a competitive athlete, or just love staying active, getting back to your best is what we do best. Our team of experts will work with you one-on-one to develop a rehab plan that's as unique as you are. Don't let an injury keep you from doing what you love. Call Car Chiropractic today at 605-352-5264 or visit carchiropractic.com.
Adams quickly is your go-to place for convenient, reliable oil changes. Fast, easy, no-pressure oil changes for your family feel. No appointment needed. See them at 1159 Fifth Avenue North. Give Adam a call at 352-9225. Adams quickly also has tire repair, batteries, and filters. Locally owned and open at 4 a.m. every day except Sundays. Trust your family vehicle with Adams Quickly. 1159 Fifth Avenue North. Adams Quickly is a proud sponsor of Tiger Sports.
Dakota Sports KIJB, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder. The Huron Tigers take care of business tonight, 47-0. They defeat the Patriots to move to 5-1 on the season. And Coach Drew Strand joins us here. And Coach, I think that went exactly how you would want it to go to. The only possession we had, we didn't score, was that last one of the game. 5 touchdowns in the first half by 5 different kids, spreading the ball around, ran it, passed it. Colt Culver, it wasn't too big for him. I think the seniors were a big assistance there. Just everybody had great contributions tonight.
Yep. Those guys came out tonight, same mentality we've had all season of just scoreboard 0-0 at the start of the game, and we got to go out and do our job. And those guys came out ready to go and really kind of set the precedence of how we were going to start the game off. We were kind of a little worried coming into this just with guys banged up, and these guys kind of not having the greatest week of practice, but when it's time to go, they show up and they're locked in and ready to go.
And to be honest, this is a little unfamiliar territory here. We came in, we were expected to win. We had to go out and improve it, and I think we set the tone right with that first drive down the field, a little over 2 minutes, and score.
Yep, and I mean, that's kind of things in the past where we kind of lack those things of where it's games like this where you're supposed to come in and control the ball, and I thought our guys did a good job of that tonight, whether it was on offense or defense, of controlling the situations they were in and just really kind of getting after it and kind of showing, everybody what Huron Tiger football is this season.
It wasn't too big for Colt Culver tonight. He had good stats. He was 7 of 10 in the first half, 9 of 15 for the game. And it looked like, and I think we did talk about this too, you looked at the things that he could do well. There's some throws that he can do better than others. And I think maybe a little tentative initially, but boy, he just gained confidence there as the game went on.
Yep, he came out. He was a little nervous to start right away, but those guys doing a good job around him and helping him out, and then just kind of putting him in those plays and play calls where he's successful. Our playbook's pretty much open with him in the backfield. He can run the ball as well, so just having that piece in there, kind of keeps our offense the same, and then it's just finding those key situations where we got to put him in ways to have success, and I thought he did a fantastic job stepping in tonight in that role.
And then, and while we focus on Colt getting his first start, you had a couple others. Bryson North started at center. Now he's used to snapping. He's been our long snapper for his second year now. Ben Cardona got the start on defense. He might have had our first tackle of the game, too. Tice Huber got the start as well. Everybody knew we were banged up, but it's nice to know you got guys that can step in and not miss a beat.
Yep, and that's the thing about our leadership group this season. Those guys just kind of make sure everyone's locked in each and every week into practice, and even the backup guys, they're buying into the season and buying into the program, and those guys are ready no matter what when it's their turn to be called, and it's nice to be able to rely on that and actually gain some depth here and have guys, that you're not afraid to put in and can go out there and do their job as well.
Our Signature Plus player of the game, he had all kinds of candidates tonight, but we're just going to go with one of the leaders tonight. And he did have 2 touchdowns tonight, too. Mason Jurgens had our first touchdown of the game on a 29-yard run. And then on the second half, had a 34-yard touchdown pass as well. And you mentioned the leadership board. He's probably the chairman of that board. He's been starting on defense for 3 years now. He can go wherever you want. He actually came up through the system as a quarterback, then kind of moved out to receiver. I think he did take 1 snap tonight. And, of course, that rush attempt there at the beginning of the game where he scored the touchdown, that versatility, he can go anywhere, even on defense, sometimes safety, sometimes linebacker.
Yep, he's kind of our utility player, and he's a great physical player and does a good job. And you're able to move a guy like that around and put him in spots to get him, open, or put him in spots, to help us out on defense. And he's just a great leader on our team and does a good job making sure everyone knows what to do and what their job is. So just a great job all around by him tonight and coming out here and kind of showcasing his athleticism as well.
So now as we look ahead, it's Aberdeen Central next week. They were up pretty big on Mitchell. I haven't looked at the scores here lately, though, but, they're probably might be the biggest line we'll see this year. I know Spearfish's coach was talking about that last week when I visited with him, how big they are across the line. And, they're a team that's just looking to get into sync, and they can be dangerous. Well, all 3 of our games remaining are dangerous.
Yep, I mean, we go right back into it again, where every game matters and means something to us. So it's just next week, next challenge. We start 0-0 again on Sunday and Monday when we walk in and start doing our stuff. So we just really got to lock in. They're going to be, their line is probably going to be one of the biggest ones we see. So just a new challenge for our guys to kind of go after and just continue to master all these challenges that these guys have been presented and just be able to stay together as a group and perform at their best.
And wrap it up with this. We were missing 3 starters tonight, 4 if you include Elliot Hartman, who started at the beginning of the season. So now we had a week to get those guys healthy. Hopefully we're back to pretty close to full strength next week. Bottom line is, it's 1 game at a time. It's a 1-game week next week, and Aberdeen is the only opponent.
Yep, I mean, we'll start mixing in. Those guys will hopefully be back this week with those 3 guys being out, and then trying to sprinkle in Blake Elwine there as a wide receiver. But just having those 3 guys, and Charlie Martin is kind of the heartbeat of our line. And, even without him, these guys do a good job of picking it up. But with him, it's just kind of a different mindset when he's in around those guys. So just get those guys back in and just continue to do what we do and get better each week.
Drew Strand, head coach of the Tigers. Tigers win it tonight, 47-0. We'll take a final minute, timeout of 1 minute. We'll run down the scores, wrap it up here from Box Elder on Dakota Sports.
Dine-in, carry-out for fast delivery. Every day of the week. For delivery or carry-out, you're going to call it 252-6925. Not sure what to order from the delicious menu? Then dine in and try their famous Godfather's today. Featuring a variety of pizza slices, tasty chicken, and many salads and desserts to choose from. They're locally owned, so stop in and say hi to Derek and the rest of the pizza crew. They're located on 195 25th Street in Huron. Godfather's Pizza. Give them a call, 252-6925.
The Huron Eye Clinic is proud to sponsor the Huron Tigers. The doctors and staff at the Huron Eye Clinic are committed to providing quality service and products to their patients in Huron and surrounding areas. The Huron Eye Clinic offers comprehensive eye exams, contact lens exams, infant teeth screenings, LASIK consultations, ocular disease services, and pediatric eye care. Stop in at the office at 1288 Dakota Avenue South to make an appointment, or call the Huron Eye Clinic today at 605-352-4181.
Dakota Sports KIJV, 1340 AM and 95.3 FM.
Welcome back to Box Elder one last time here on 47, Douglas 0. Let's do a scoreboard update from Seven Suns Heating and Air in 11 AA tonight. O'Gorman came from behind, defeated Pierre 27-23. T-Area shut out Brookings 20-0. Aberdeen won their second game in a row, 28-13 over Mitchell. They come to Tiger Stadium next week. Late in the game, Spearfish looks like they're on the way to the win, 23-12 over Watertown. And Sturgis and Yankton are tied at 21 with midway through the fourth quarter. That's the one to keep an eye on. In 11 AAA, Washington defeated Rapid City Central 23-14. Number 1 against number 2. Brandon Valley leads Lincoln 35-30. Looks like Brandon Valley has the ball, and it just went final. Brandon Valley 35, Lincoln 30. Brandon Valley will move up to the top spot in AAA. Jefferson shut out Stevens 58-0. Halftime, Harrisburg 42, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 0. Take a look at some of our area scores tonight. Iroquois Lake Preston defeated Arlington 34-8. Ipswich late in the game leads Hitchcock. No, it just went final. Ipswich 53, Hitchcock Tulare 14. Corsica Stickney shut out Sunshine Bible 52-0. Wolsey Wessington at Bonham final. Bonham 48, Wolsey Wessington 12. And our game on KOKK tonight, Woonsocket, Wessington Springs, Sanborn Central shut out Miller Highmore Herald 33-0. And that is our final scoreboard update tonight. Seven Suns Heating and Air, 605-352-5316. We got a long trip home. I want to get to it. Here on Tigers Win, 47-0. Big thank you to Nate back at the studio for keeping us on the air. It's been a presentation of Dakota